Good morning, Britain. The cost of living crisis will trigger an increase in crime. That's the stark warning from a top police chief. And it comes as Chancellor Rishi Sunak told business leaders last night he was powerless to prevent the wave of inflation sweeping over the country.
Rishi Sunak warned of a tough few months ahead, but many households are already at breaking point and having to make impossible decisions. Police officers even being warned to use discretion when deciding whether to prosecute people who steal to eat.
As up to 900 migrants made the journey across the Channel in just 4 days this week, the Home Secretary insists she is pushing ahead with plans to send them to Rwanda.
Morning. Well, Dover is their destination. This Rwanda plan is certainly not a deterrent. In fact, the situation is worse than ever. The Border Force have now taken on new boats to pick up hundreds of migrants out in the Channel.
To produce big moments.
Yes, it was a long, hot night in Seville, which unfortunately ended in disappointment for Rangers. Late substitute Aaron Ramsey missing his penalty after extra time, shattering the dreams of more than 100,000 fans here in the city.
I'm live in the danger zone as the Cannes Film Festival for the highly anticipated Top Gun Maverick launch. Of course, Richard Arnold will be there with his aviators to 7 with all the news from the premiere.
And eyes were on the skies last night for a different reason. Thunderstorms kept many awake overnight. They've now cleared through, and it's a day of more warmth and sunshine. I have all the details of that and more coming up on Good Morning Britain.
Thursday, 19th of May, 2022. Live from Television Centre in London. This is Good Morning Britain with Ben Shephard and Kate Garraway.
Hello there, good morning. It's just gone 6 o'clock. Welcome to the programme. That's how you arrive somewhere, isn't it?
Oh, good. So we're talking not Tom Cruise's arrival at Cannes, which was flooded with everything, but Richard Arnold's arrival for the Top Gun experience in Cannes. And
You think that flight crew's like, why is he shaking my hand?
because he's
What's he
reenacting.
doing?
He's reenacting, isn't he? The whole thing when they come out. Look at him. Look at him. So Tom Cruise got his own pilot licence, took 2 years to get it, held up the making of the film to get qualified. Apparently lots of other cast members had to get qualifications.
Right.
What Richard Arnold did is put on a pair of aviators,
And
walked with a
does the
swagger,
job.
owned it.
I remember Richard a few
Owned
years
it.
ago showing me that Uber do, when you're in Cannes, Uber do Uber helicopters.
I know.
So you can get an Uber helicopter if you're in Cannes.
He's been planning this longer than the movie, which has been planned for 35 years or
I'm just
something.
going to get the chopper home. I'm just ordering my chopper on Uber. So looking forward to finding out what's been going on in Cannes from
Richard Arnold
Richard.
has landed.
And all the joy and celebration there. Heartbreak for Rangers fans last night. It's always the most distressing thing when it goes to penalties. We have a British team taking on a German team. They're just so brilliant at penalties. And then just devastating.
His head when, didn't go in.
Undoubtedly
Is it
so.
too early to say it's incredible they got there?
It is, and we will cling on to those things.
Okay.
Much like I would have if West Ham had managed to get through. We didn't get there. Rangers did the extraordinary thing.
They did.
And it's an incredible feat for Frankfurt, by the way, who have finished, I think they're 8th in the German league at the minute, and they're going to be in the Champions League, one of the top seeds in the Champions League next year. So just devastation for Rangers. Do you know what I think the thing is, Kate? Need a hug. That's the point.
Well, I particularly need a hug.
Because
it's women that like early morning hugs.
It's on the... Oh, are we going straight away? I was going to explain the science first.
No, I'm just...
Right,
I tell you what, leave me hanging. For the whole time you explain it.
OK, look, so it was supposed to hold on for 20 seconds. There's been some experiments done in Germany. And maybe that's why they're so good at penalties. They were so calm. Germany and the Netherlands, some couples, what they basically worked out that if women have a hug in the morning for 20 seconds...
They took their saliva, didn't they?
Yeah, the stress remains lower. It was the women that didn't get the hug before they did the stress test.
Yeah.
Their stress cortisol levels went up considerably. Look, Ranvir's jaw's on the floor.
I know. So basically...
explains everything.
They stressed all these women by putting their feet in cold water and then measured
Their
the
hand
amount...
in cold water.
Oh, I thought it was their feet.
No, it was their hand.
I just just elaborated. And then they measured how much cortisol, stress hormone, was released. And if women got a hug in the morning particularly, stress levels
20
went down.
seconds, it was enough to keep the stress level as it should be.
I
whereas
think I
they
only
didn't
got
get
about
it.
7 seconds there.
And look at you, still calm. That's how powerful the hugs are.
The Shephard hug.
The Ben hug on tipping point. It's why it's become a thing.
Now, that's why I'm going to have to get that Ben towel or blanket, whatever it is. That's the closest I'm going to get to a Ben hug.
To a hug.
That's what we need to give people.
That's what we need, yeah.
Let us know what you... I mean, do you think that's the thing? Interestingly, they found it made no difference to the test.
Of course.
The men's cortisol levels
It
neither
probably
went up nor
added
down.
to the stress because now they've got to get themselves out the door and hug the missus at the same
Responsibility
time.
for more stuff in the morning. Oh, got to do the hug. Let us know. Is it a hug you need?
Can I just say, Harry in the green room's in for a treat from now on, isn't he?
It's going to be
Poor old Harry in the green room.
It's another thing for him to do before the female guests
Cup
come
of
on
tea
there.
and a hug.
Yeah, they...
We were all looking, weren't we, for a massive hug from Rishi Sunak last night.
Nice?
That would have been lovely. The cost of living crisis is not just triggering an economic crisis. We've already heard talk of a political crisis. Now, a social crisis, an increase in crime. That's what a top police chief has warned. Andy Cook, the new Chief Inspector of Constabulary, has gone on to say that police officers should use their discretion when they're deciding whether to prosecute crimes such as people who've been caught stealing food.